Hey, so I am going to go over the month of momentum tracker with you. I have 3 of them to share with you. So let me quick share my screen. And this is the level 1 month of momentum tracker. So I'm going to go through them. There are 3 of them and they all kind of it just depends on what your comfort level is and what level you're at with your business, which one you would choose, and it also depends on your goals. So for example, if you're just starting out, you're a brand new rep and you're just getting into this, then maybe you want to stick with this. This is the level 1 tracker, and I'm going to go over it with you. So before I even talk about the invites at the top, I'm going to talk about these bottom pieces first. So personal development. Personal development is something that you need to be doing every single day. Not only is it going to enhance your business, it's also going to enhance your life. So you need to be reading or listening to podcasts or doing things that are going to fill your cup up, because when you're a business owner now. So when you're a business owner, that means that there's going to be hard times. There's going to be times where your business is flowing, everything's great, you have that momentum, and there's going to be times where you have setbacks. And so you have to be continually listening and learning and taking in personal development so that you can be your very best self for your business, for your customers, for your team. And you're going to see it trickle out into other areas of your life as well. And you're really going to see a lot of improvements in all areas of your life. I swear to you, it is the most powerful thing. And if you are not doing 10 to 15 minutes a day, I really, really want to encourage you to start doing that. So if you need help with personal development, finding books, let me know, reach out to your upline, and we can help you find something that's really going to speak to you. So always personal development, always activity. Activity is one of our 4 pillars with Zaya, and we need to be doing things that are active and sharing that on our social media. People want to see that. It doesn't have to be a CrossFit workout. It can be going for a walk. It can be running at the park with your kids. It can be whatever, maybe you're doing a home workout. It can be whatever speaks to you and whatever activity is for you, but we need to be doing it and we need to be sharing that on social media. And being active is a pillar because yes, obviously it's activewear, but again, along with that personal development, if you're being active, it's going to enhance your life. You are going to be the very best version of you when you are being active and when you're putting yourself first in that way. So personal development, activity, post to social media. So you have to kind of decide what your goals are, and then you need to get consistent with your social media. So if you are running with your business, if you have big goals, you need to be posting every day, at least every single day. It needs to be high quality. It needs to be something that is contributing to other people, and it just needs to be consistent. If you choose to post every 2 to 3 days, that is totally fine too. Just be consistent with that. So that your followers know what to expect from you. So choose your number, decide how many times you're going to post, in a week, and stick to that. Don't do it all in one day and then go MIA for a week. That doesn't work very well, but that's a whole different topic. So be present on social media. Add 10 to Facebook or Instagram. So if you're new to direct sales, or maybe you don't know how to reach outside of your friends and family, a good, easy way to do this is to add people that are in the parties with you. If you have someone that is running a party for you, add those friends add them as your Facebook friends. If you're on Instagram, go follow accounts that you have something in common with, and go check out their followers. Are they people that you would be friends with, and invite them to be your friend or to follow them. It's just a matter of getting active on your social media and actively looking for friends. And if you are adding them to your network, then eventually they're going to, see what you're doing. You're going to be having conversations with them, and all of a sudden you know more people, because you can only reach as many people as you know. So we need to add more people to our social network so that we can know more people, if that makes sense. So I did a call on this. Go back and check out the team calls. I think it was called growing your social media network, or expanding your social media network. And I talk about ways to do that on both Facebook and on Instagram. And then the last box is 5 to 8 stories. Stories are really where the magic happens. People watch stories more than they scroll through their feed. And they like that instant gratification because on a story, you don't have to read anything typically. You know, you're not reading and it's not broken up by text. It's just bam, 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 you know, right in a row. People can click through if they want to. It's just very satisfying as someone who's on social media to go through stories. It feels more connected. It feels more real life, real time. So definitely be adding to your stories. You can be adding things that are going on in your day-to-day life. You can talk about your VIP group. You can talk about your team and your team calls. You know, whatever it is that's truly just going on in your life that day, share that on your stories and do 5 to 8 of them throughout the day so that you are having a presence on social media and people can see a little bit of a window into what you're actually doing. So these are my recommendations for you. I think if you do these every single day, then it's going to, you know, enhance your life and it's going to start showing up on social media. People are going to start seeing what you're doing and they're going to start noticing. So let's go back up to the top to these invites. So when I think about invites, there's a couple different ways that you can invite people. For one, you can send a cold invite. So if you're not familiar with a cold invite is sending a message to someone that you have never met before in your entire life. Like you just found them on Facebook or you just found them on Instagram. You're like, she looks nice. I'm going to send her a message and invite her to be a rep. That's a cold message. Okay. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's totally a matter of like preference and style. So if you are sending out invites in a cold message, then this is going to be a super easy checklist for you. You know, you're going to send out, okay, I sent out 8 messages today. I'm going to check off the box. And then if they respond to me, I'm going to write their name down and I'm going to keep in touch with them. I'm going to keep track of them and I am going to build a relationship with them and help them to host, be a rep, get in my VIP group, you know, whatever it is. So that is one way to invite people. The other way to invite people is to connect with them. So this is more the approach that I take. I sometimes do a combination of both, but this is, I typically like to do what I call relationship marketing. It is when you reach out to people and you get to know them on social media, and then through that relationship, then you introduce Zaya to them, and then you talk to them about being a hostess, joining your VIP group, or becoming a rep. So for me, that's what feels more natural. I like building relationships in that way, but I am not opposed to cold messaging. I've done it. I do it from time to time. It's just a matter of finding your style and sticking to it. So if, for example, if doing that, if building relationships is going to be more your style, then maybe you need to say, I'm going to start 4 new conversations today. So those top 4 bubbles might be new conversations that you're starting. And then maybe those bottom 4 bubbles are inviting people. So say, you know, the top 4 bubbles, maybe you're like, okay, I am going to reach out to these 4 people that I went to high school with. I haven't talked to them in years, and I'm just going to reconnect with them and see how their life is going. So maybe you'd say, hey, how are you? I saw you have a daughter. She looks around the same age as mine. How are things going? You know, how old is she? Whatever, okay? You can say something as little as, hey, just stopping by to say hi. How are you? Hope you have a great day. That is like my go-to. I took it from Team Z, which if you know me, I use Team Z and I use their scripts, and that is one of their scripts. So if I'm going to say, hey, Mary, it's just stopping by to say hi. How are you? Hope you have a great day. It doesn't seem, I know to some people that seems weird, but honestly, you guys, if they're going to respond, they're going to respond to that. And if they're not going to respond, then they're not going to respond to anything that you say. So it's just a matter of doing what feels natural to you, starting those conversations, because if you start those conversations, it's going to build a relationship, and then that is going to turn into an invite, okay? So what I'm trying to say, long story short, is that these top 4 bubbles can be connects. Maybe you're reaching out and saying hi. These bottom 4 bubbles are invites. Maybe those are going to be your cold invites for the day. As you continue to make connects, maybe you won't have any invites in a week if all you're doing is connects, okay? So maybe you're spending an entire week connecting with people. That is going to turn into invites in a week. So it's okay if the first week that you're doing this, if you're not really working up to those invites quite yet. That's an entire conversation in and of itself, and I'm happy to discuss that with you if you have more questions about it. So you need to decide what, how you're going to invite people to do this with you. So that's the first one. This is the month of momentum tracker level 2. I'm just going to go over this really quickly because a lot of it is the same as up top. It's just more in depth. So success partner's name, SP. If you do not have a success partner, I highly, highly recommend that you get one. It is awesome to be able to communicate with your upline and your sponsor and to talk to her about things, but there are going to be times when you need a different perspective. And you're going to need someone who is, sometimes it's nice to have someone, they might not be at the same rank as you or anything like that, but maybe they have similar goals. It's just a matter of finding someone who meshes with you and your style and your goals, and someone that you can bounce ideas off of in an honest way. So that is what you want out of success partner. If you need someone, reach out to your upline and they can help you find someone. But find a success partner. You're going to check in with them 3 times a week. Just like it can be a phone call, it can be a quick text or a message, it can be a voice message. I use voice messages all the time. So whatever works better for you, do that. Week of whatever, personal development, just like up above, it needs to be happening at least 5 times a week. You need to be bettering yourself and filling your cup and just improving in all areas of your life, because you just need to. You need to enhance your life in that way. You need to build that confidence. You need to build those skills, because when life gets tough, you need to be able to stand up and say, okay, what do I do next? How am I going to overcome this? So definitely personal development. So on the right side, these are some things that are nice to keep track of. So if you write down your PV for the week, for example, write down what your starting PV is. At the end of the week, are you up or down? How much PV? What's your ending, what's your NPV for this week? VIP group members. I'm always trying to add more to my VIP group, so I love being able to see, okay, am I up this week? Am I down? Are people leaving? Like, what do I need to do to make sure that that number is going up? Number of followers or friends, you can do one or the other. Choose Instagram or Facebook, and then what you started with and how many you added or how many you lost over the week, and the number of new rep signups, just to keep track for yourself, so you know how many people you're actually talking to and how many of those invites are converting to actual reps. Down below, this is the tracker I want you to use if you are looking to build your business in the most well-rounded way. So I have VIP group invites, hostess invites, and rep invites. So that's very specific. You're checking off how many invites you're sending to people in those particular areas. If you are looking to make sure that your business is well-rounded, maybe you're just starting out, or maybe you just want to build momentum in all areas, then this is going to be the tracker you're going to want to use to make sure that you are hitting all 3 of those areas. Down below, these are just some ideas for social media posts. You can talk about your story, why you became a rep, fitness and activity, lifestyle, launch day, just all of those are options for social media posts. And then these are the stories checklist. And I absolutely love this. I love using this for my own benefit. I love having that little guide to just be like, okay, what are some things that I can talk about today on my story? And what is going to give people a little bit of a peek into my life as a rep and as a stay-at-home mom? So those are the things that I post about. I don't always post about them in this order, but the one thing that I will say that you definitely need to post every single day if you can is your outfit of the day. OOTD. That is something that has picked up so much momentum for me in my business because I made the choice to do that every single day. And I do it and people love it. People always respond to it. I always get tons of comments, lots of questions. I feel like people are watching for that now with me. I'm finding that people are like looking for that post from me so that they can see what I'm going to be wearing that day. And I love that. And that is something that's so important because we are activewear reps. We need to be showing our outfit for the day because this is stuff that we live in. So whether it's, maybe you're just wearing your everywhere pants to work, or maybe you can't even wear any of our Zaya to work, but you come home and it's the first thing that you're going to put on, you know, take a picture of that. Take a picture lounging in your leggings, or take a picture of yourself doing your workout or a sweaty selfie and you're wearing your Zaya, you know, hashtag OOTD, so people know to look at your outfit, because that is important, you guys. And you will be surprised at how many people love to see that. So definitely do that one every single day. And the last tracker is almost exactly the same as the top, except this is more if you are looking for a very specific, you know, something very specific. So like for me, for example, you know, for a while it was, I don't need hostesses because I am booked out for two and a half months already, you know. So like for me, I don't need hostesses. So I don't use this checklist up here because I have hostesses. I don't need that to be that specific. So for me, I'm looking more to build my team. So this is why this is a little bit easier to use, is because it's not those specific categories. It's just invites. So, you know, how many people am I inviting to join my team? And then I almost always start with the team, or with joining the opportunity first, and then falling back on the VIP group or hosting, because I feel like it's a lot easier to lead with the opportunity. And then if they say no, you can fall back on those things. If you invite them to be a hostess and they say no, it's going to be kind of hard to convince them to be a rep. So definitely lead with the opportunity. This is my favorite for where I'm at with my business, and that's the one that I typically use. So everything else is the same down below, but it's just a little bit different way to do your invites. So that is the month of momentum tracker. I'm going to be uploading these to the Trello board, and I want you to use them and love them and get consistent with them, because no matter what happens, maybe you're going to use this every single day of this month, and maybe this month nothing changes for you. I promise you that in another month, in another 3 months, 6 months, things are going to start snowballing if you start doing these things every single day, okay? So that's why I call it the month of momentum, because these actions that you're gonna do every single day, they're going to build that momentum for you. It's hard to pick up momentum, but once you have it, it just flows, and it is the best feeling. So use these trackers, use them every day, use it to pick up that momentum, so that once you have that momentum, it's not as hard to keep it going. It's like, what's the analogy? There's like analogies where it's like, it's hard to push something, but then once you get it, it just keeps going and going and going. It has momentum. So those are the trackers, the month of momentum. The last thing I do want to quick show you is I do have this 100 connections tracker. And if you are sending out those invites to people and they're responding back to you, then I would definitely write their name down. You know, if you have already invited them, put a check mark in the box. Otherwise, you know, write down names of anybody and everybody that you know, Facebook friends, friends of friends, you know, whoever you can think of. Write their names down, and then you need to check off or write the date of whenever you're connecting with them. So if you're saying hi, if you're asking how their kids are doing, if you're asking about their last vacation, you know, put the date in the little box, or make a check mark so that you know how many times that you've been connecting with them. And hopefully over time that will lead to inviting them to join your team or your VIP group or be a hostess. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I am here to help. And my level ones are also familiar with this tracker as well. So if they are your upline, then definitely reach out to them, and I know that they will help you. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a great month ahead of you. Bye.